Shalawam, shalawam. This is the brother Yeshaya. Before I begin, I would like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, the men I do learn this truth from. Now this lesson is going to go into how men are likened unto trees. To get straight into it, this is going to be Mark chapter 8, verse 22. And he come to Bethsaida, and they bring a blind man unto him, and besought him to touch him. And he caught the blind man by the hand, and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes, and put his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw aught. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. You see, so men are likened unto trees. This is a miracle that Yahawashi had performed. And this is a clear reference to trees. Men being likened unto trees. And in today's times, you got family trees, and we all come from, through a lineage in one way or another. For example, we're Israelites, so we come from the seed line of Jacob. And the rulers of this nation are wicked. They come from the sons of the wicked, which are, the Edomites. And then you got your other nations. But it's all through the seed line of the Father. And this is why you have that saying in the world, the apple falls not far from the tree. But the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, which means you're always going to be who you are. You can't fake it. An Edomite can't truly be an Israelite. Because they're going to be showed up. That's what the scriptures say. As iron rusteth, so does his wickedness. So as iron rusts, so does his wickedness. If you're wicked, you're going to be wicked. Now, to continue with this lesson, this is going to be Psalms chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of Yahawah, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. You see, that's the characteristics of a man that is blessed. It says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. You see, so he's rooted by faith through the rivers of water, which is this word. And his fruit in his season, he's going to reap what he sows. Because the Lord's with him. He's not gonna not prosper. You see, if Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi is with us, we'll be taken care of. That those are the ones that are favored. That's when you get into this word blessed, it means favored. When you go into the etymology. But it says happy for the word blessed, H835, shar, which is happiness. Happiness is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. There you go. Because the ungodly, as we read in verse 4, are going to, drive away. They're going to be cast off. And then, of course, verse 3 was referring to a tree. A tree is dead if it doesn't have access to a body of water. You see? If it doesn't have access to rain. That's why you don't see much trees in a desert. And then, if any. But a tree that's planted near a river is going to grow exceedingly. Now, to keep up with this lesson, this is Ezekiel 31, verse 5. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field. All the trees of the field represent the earth and all the nations on it. And the Adamites, which were later became Israelites, they were the ones that have been exalted. Because we've been chosen as a people. It says, and his boughs were multiplied. Multiply, and be fruitful. You see? And his branches became long because of the multitudes of waters. Hey, the branches represent his offspring. That's why the Israelites are still here. You know, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American are likened unto the sand of the sea. You know, these other nations are truly the minority compared to Jake. It says his branches became long because of the multitude of waters when he shot forth. You see, so that's why the Lord has his people scattered across the earth. There's so many of us. Now this one's speaking of a literal tree. But this is my point. Let's grab it. Matthew 21:19. Let's start with verse 18. Now in the morning, as he returned into the city, he hungered. And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, Let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, How soon is the fig tree withered away? And there you go, man. So this was a literal tree, but a spiritual aspect is, you men out there, if you're not producing anything, the Lord can cast you off. You know, he can make you become, a complete bug out. So we got to do our best to please Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. You see, remain in fear, because ultimately that fear of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi is going to get you saved. You see, and not end up like a unfruitful tree. Now let's grab a precept to back this up. This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus saith Yahawah, Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from Yahawah. You see, and we just read in Psalms 1, blessed is the man that keeps to the Lord's ways. Let's grab it one more time. Psalms 1:1, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. You see, putting your trust in men. It says, But his delight is in the law of Yahawah, and in his law does he meditate day and night. You see, so you're growing day and night. Here a little, there a little. Jumping back to Jeremiah 17:5, Thus saith Yahawah, Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. Because though hand join in hand, you sinners are not going to go unpunished. It says, and make his flesh his arm, so making people your strength, your power. Basically, you worship men. It says, in whose heart departeth from Yahawah, so you depart from his laws, statutes, and commandments. You don't delight in him and his ways. So you're cursed. Just like this tree we just read about in Matthew 21. Yahawashi cursed this tree that was unfruitful, that wasn't producing. And then Yahawashi commanded us to feed his sheep. If we're not producing, like this tree right here, let no fruit grow on thee for hence forever, the Lord could take the spirit away from you. And even King David, as righteous as he was, understood that Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi could take the spirit from him. And this will be the last precept I grabbed to further drive the point of men being likened unto trees, especially as well as spoken of in Genesis, when Adam and Eve hid themselves among the trees. That's referring to the other nations. This is Amos 2, verse 9. Yet destroyed I the Amorite before them, whose height was like the height of the cedars, and he was strong as the oaks. Yet I destroyed his fruit from above, and his roots from beneath. You see, so we got to remain rooted in faith, or the Lord will destroy you. And this is only for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites according to the Bible. So Yahawah willing, this lesson was edifying. Shalawam to the elect of the nation of Israel.